Live. I can't see if I'm live. Bloody... What is going on? Right, live. No, not live. What is going on with this? No, don't want to sign into there. I don't know what's going on with this. Videos, shorts. Live. No. Oh. Okay. So I was live 2 minutes ago. But normally when I'm live, I can see it through my YouTube. It's odd. Oh. I cannot see if I'm live. Normally, it shows up. Shows up. Odd. Right. Let's crack on. Anyway, apparently I'm live, but I can't see if I'm live. But maybe I'm live. It's weird, you know? Like, go here. Go there. Your videos. No, yeah. Yeah, there. Oh, no. That's someone else's video. They're live. But it's not showing I'm live. This is weird, I tell you. Really, really weird. Maybe it's like taking time to go through. Let's crack on. Anyway, Ultimate Racer League, League 5, round 9, race 2. We done race 1, but that was offline. So doing this online. I've not done a live for a long time. But back then I used to do like the keyboard and that, but I ain't got a clue if that's in with the PS5 version of the game. I'm not sure, but let's crack on. Ginger reverse grid. It's mandatory tyres, mandatory compounds, medium and hards, but hards have got to be run. Then a mandatory tyre. It was dark, so now I can see it's in the daytime. You know, so I can see a bit more clearer, see what's going on. Ginger on pole. Postman Pat there in second. We've got Sky. He's in third. Joe's in fourth. Aid in fifth. Big Dan sixth. Coe seventh. Harry G eighth. Goa ninth. The two brothers last time had a great battle. So like a major pillow fight going on there. And then Matt Psycho, the winner last time out in last. So he's got it all to do again. Let's see what he could do. 13 laps of trial of the mountain, and let's see what goes on. Can a gingerbread man make a dash for it, or would he be chased by Postman Pat and his black and white cat? Yes, crack on then. Here we go. As normal, you know, nothing really happens. Well, it can do, but it's quite settled in the first lap. A train forming down to the first chicane, you can call it that. A lot went wide in the first race, but in a minute they're all right, you know. So it's like, yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. And they're all around, you know. We'll start seeing things unfold midway. That's normally the game in League 5. We've got someone down the inside there, Big Dan, onto Jobs, but didn't get that move. But Harry is, he's looking there. He wants that position off of Dan. A little bit of contact there, a little bit pushy, a little bit touring car style there from Harry. So I have it. Oh, sorry, you're not my brother. Type thing, because him and his brother have a right battle, you know. But his brother's there, Harry's there, and yeah, let's see what they do. But at the minute, Harry wants that position off of Big Dan, but no, Big Dan is like, sod you, mate. I'm sitting here. Gonna make life difficult for you. But Aid's there as well. Aid in his double-decker mobile. Down the inside, very late braking in. Does he get that moved on over Jobs? Yeah, he did. Wow. Very, 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 very good move there from Aid. Later on the brakes, a little bit snaky there. What happened to Ginger? See, Ginger, I feel for it sometimes, you know, because he has a great start to the race. I know we're only on lap number 1, but normally he can lead for a good couple of laps, and then it just takes one thing just to, you know, ruin his race technically. And that there has hampered him, you know, because he was doing all right. You can see Pat, but he's got like 1.5, so that's gonna, you know, he's gonna drop way back, which is unfortunate. Sky in the lead. Remember him and Big Dan are fighting for that championship. They want that double-decker trophy off of URL, so give it to them. They're both fighting for that championship. I don't know P3 can actually do anything, but Harry G there to the inside there, Big Dan doesn't need this. He really doesn't need this. He needs to, you know, he needs to stay with Sky, you know, try and battle Sky and put the pressure onto him, because Harry G has overtaken him now, but he's looking to the inside again of Harry G, and Goa's there. Here we go, round 2, have that, little bit of tap to the rear quarter panel there. And then Harry seems to just let him go, but Goa to the inside of that. It's getting a little bit argy-bargy now in the second race. Maybe they know things are up for grabs in the final round. I can't remember what track that would be. It's probably a surprise. We'll check that out in the next one. Here we go. Sky in the lead. What happened to Sky? Oh, smack it. Have it. Tunnel. Have it. Yes, have it. Straight into that tunnel, which is unfortunate again, you know. Look, cold tyres and, you know, just a bit probably unsighted, really, you know. And I know he said something about his throttle or something, or brake. He was having troubles, but hey, in the lead, hey. Around Suzuka, this guy in the wet conditions was showing everyone what he's made of, and he's in the lead. He's got a bit of a gap. He's got a bit of a gap to Big Dan. If he can keep his head down, Aid, he could quite possibly be fighting for the win here. I know we've got 11 laps to go, but he's in a good position, and he's got that gap. He's got that gap to Goa, and we know for a fact these two fight. Harry G and Goa, you see, they both fight, and that might help Aid, I don't know. But Big Dan rubbing his hands now after seeing Sky go off there. But up here, we've got a right battle on. So mandatories are going for some people. But remember, the pit stop is really long. It was around about 40 seconds, I counted last time. Whether that was wrong or not, I don't know. But I think that was right, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I need to share this, don't I? But I can't share it because it's not showing up on my YouTube channel. So how I'm going to get this out there, it might show tomorrow, but normally on the live it shows up straight away, but it's not on my channel, which I find a bit ridiculous. But Aid, you know, he's a 2:03.8. He's got Dan chasing him down. I mean, he's doing everything right, Aid, you know, he's not doing nothing wrong. He's doing well. But let me see quickly if this is showing on my channel, because if it is, I'll share it. If it ain't, I can't share it. Really gets my goat up when things happen with YouTube. No, it's not showing. So whoever's watching, if you're in League 5, can you share it to the chat or something? No, I can't. I just can't. I can't see it. I cannot see it on my channel at all, and I don't know what's going on. Did this for years as well, you know. But I'm live, but I can't see it on YouTube. Weird. Right, let's get back to it. If it comes up, it comes up. If it don't, it don't. I don't know what to do about that. Probably going to waste my time chatting away, but if someone's watching, if they're in League 5, just share it for me, please. Thank you very much. Right then, Aid. He's falling back now, isn't he? Because Big Dan is chasing him down. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Muddy 313. Muddy. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. I can't see it. If I could see it, I would do it, but I can't do it because I can't see it, and I can't see it, and I can't do it. You know, so it's that like that at the minute. Right, Sky on the medium, probably going to do a longer stint on these tyres, and I think it's 3 or 2, or is it just a lap? But ideally, go as long as you can on the medium. Oh, Coey, Hello, carp. Are you fishing today, mate? Oh, God, what am I doing? No. Coey, yeah, thank you very much. I'll get your channel, mate, and I'll sub to you as well. Yeah. Where are you two then? You're in third. You're chasing down Dan. But Dan's chasing down Aid. And at the minute, Aid's doing all right, you know. But you drop back now. Coey's dropped back from Dan. And then Aid's still there. So we know Dan could do errors as well. But at the minute, you know, this guy here, he's doing well. He's not doing anything wrong. It's just a pace difference, you know. A 202 to a 203, 8. There's like a 1.5 second gap difference there. I mean, Coey's done a 202.8, so he's sort of like half behind Big Dan, but you can see Big Dan. You know, he'd be getting a little bit of slip there, but Sky, a 0.5. See, Sky don't need this because he had that error. He got a 1.5. He cleared that penalty. Car's pitting. He's closed the gap. Now he's got a 0.5, which really, and Coey's got a massive wibble on there. Half a second is like a second, and it does hamper you a lot, hell of a lot, you know. But going down here, Ginger in P5 on the hard still. When he'll get rid of them, I'm not quite sure. Pat on the hard as well. Pat's always like glitching around, isn't he? It's like a bit of internet issue there for him. Goa P7 being chased down by Harry in P8, and then we got Matt Psycho in P. Who have we lost? Have we lost anyone, or am I just being thick? Aid, Big Dan, Sky, Ginger, Coey, Pat, Goa, Harry, Matt. Who we lost? I can't think who we've lost. We lost someone, I think. There's only 9. I swear there was 10. Or was it just me being me? Not realising at the beginning how many cards there actually are. But anyway, Aid, throw them double-decker wrappers out, mate, because you need to make it as slippery as you can behind, because you got this Big Dan chasing you down. Come on, throw the wrappers out. You know, sit some chocolate in the inside, let it skid around. But yeah, you can hear the tyre squeal from Big Dan. He's pushing that car, probably senses Sky's behind, and Big Dan wants to get by Aid as quick as he can, but we know Aid can give up the fight as well. You know, he could defend. He's like, yeah, whatever, mate, yeah, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna sit here and do what you can. Sky, Ginger, Pat, it's got really gap now, isn't it? It's like really gap. Goa, Harry, gap. Matt Psycho winner last time out in P8, and then we got Coey in P9. So that's your a little bit of sound loss there. I really don't get the sound loss. But anyway, end of this race. Whoever's watching, you've got to close your eyes for like 10 to 20 seconds, because when I go on to the next race, the final round, it will show the grid, how it ended, but you can't see that. So you've got to close your eyes, or get a towel and stick it over your TV, or just turn your TV off, because I don't really want to ruin it. Or it might go, sod you, I'm going to show the blue screen and not show anything. But anyway, back here we go. Ginger P4, it's really gappy. I mean, when it's gappy, you're like, just talk rubbish for the next 10 laps, you know. So yeah, at the minute it's settled and it's quiet and it's not really happening yet, except for Big Dan. He's like, come on, Aid, out of the way now. He's like, no, I'm not getting out of the way. I mean, my double deckers enjoy life. And then he's here in his rich energy drink, trying to throw it at his car, and he's had enough and gets out of the way. But no, Aid's within his right to sit there and make it as difficult as possible for Dan. Aid's there, you know, you can't see the other hand because that's where the chocolate bar is. And yeah, it's really settled at the minute, you know, and it's been a good season. It really, really has. I mean, round 10, that's the endurance, and it's going to be like a difficult one because they've got to think real hard at what strategy they're going to do, depending on conditions as well. I don't know what track it is. I haven't got a clue. It could be Brands Hatch for all you know. And we know Brands Hatch could be a high deck on the tyres. But whatever track it is, I'm pretty sure, like always, they'll bring out the performance, you know. But it's just strategy. It's working it out as well. Just perfecting it. But overall, like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying it, the guys have done so well and they've improved round after round. And Big Dan, he wants that position off at Aid a little bit earlier on the brakes there, where he's going to come back at Big Dan and think, right, I'm going to have you sit in the slip along the straight, but Sky is hunting him down as well. I mean, Aid was sat there for a long time. Ginger in that P4 into the pits now for 40 seconds. And here we go. So Aid's in the slip. He's got Sky behind. And yeah, Aid's sort of like, if he had a bit more straight, yeah, but now he's going to have to lift off. And Big Dan, see, Dan was way later. Maybe just lifted off the accelerator, and Aid wasn't quite sure and lifted off quite soon. But Sky is behind there in that P3. And here we go. What can Sky do? Can Sky get past Aid? No, Aid is fighting. And we knew he would. He's on the outside line. He's on the tyre line there. Oh, into the wall, curbing. Have it! And he's at it, you know. He's ran out of double deckers now. He's looking for more in the boot. Now he's climbed over that back seat. But anyway, let's go down here, because Goa in P4, Harry in P5. And we've got Matt Psycho winner last time out in P6, hunting down the brothers there. And behind, no one is behind. Blue sector, 159.7, so go with a faster man on track at the minute. And yeah, a big drift there from Harry G. Car sideways. A little bit wide there from that, a little bit of apex. You can normally run the edge of that mountain. It's not a mountain, I don't know what it's called, forest or whatever. But yeah, sound glitch again. You hear it? You can't hear nothing in that car, but then it comes back. It's weird. Out we go. Matt Psycho looking for that position over Harry G. On the medium. I'm not sure if they've actually got rid. Yeah, they have. Yeah, no, I don't think they have. I think they're still running the tyre. And if they're running that tyre from the start, the gap to third place is massive. Because to me, it doesn't look like they swapped tyre yet. Because looking at the lap times, it'll be a lot higher than what they are. So, yeah, to me, they're like wasting the medium a little bit. Because they haven't pitted. There's no way. They started on the medium. Aid's on the medium as well. Yeah. Big Dan's on the hard. So Sky on the medium, but then this guy might come back at him later on the medium tyres. Yeah, I just think these guys back here, I don't know what's cost them time. I'm not sure, but they're way behind. And on a track like this with the pit stop, is this gonna end how it is now? I'm not sure. But Aid's alright, you know, as long as he doesn't lose a lot of time to the 4, 5 and 6, he should be okay. Because they're battling, you know, they're squabbling each other, they're battling, and Matt Psycho's got past Harry G. Missed that one, sorry, by me blabbering on. And yeah, Coey there in P7, on his own in that P7, Ginger in P8, and then we got VRC Pat in P9. I hope to see some of the guys that have missed a few rounds back for the final round. A drift there from VRC Pat. Ginger P8. Yeah, it's just Big Dan's on the hard. He's going into the pits now, so we see the optimal pace for Big Dan when he comes out. Aid staying out on the medium, so he'll be promoted up to P2. These guys are quite far behind. They haven't pitted yet. No, 17, 12, 59, 2, 59. My phone's going off. Whether that's someone chatting in YouTube, I'm not sure. If I could see it, I could respond to messages and that, but I can't. Oh, there. Thank you. Come on. Get the messages up. Come on. Yeah, right, let's keep that there. Anyone chatting, for some reason, I don't know why the chat's not coming up. But anyway, let's go back. Yellow flag's up ahead. Who's gone on Aid? Aid has had a moment there. Aid. Tyre wear as well, you know. I mean, tyre wear can hamper you in this game, innit? And when it does start kicking in, the tyre wear, you feel it. And then when you hit a hump or a tight corner, or like quit, not like full throttle, you can sometimes feel the car unsettle. And from there, from Aid, I think the damage ain't helping either. Tyre wear has impacted him, but it has promoted these guys who I said the previous laps might struggle a little bit to get up there. I mean, if it wasn't for Aid's error, I don't think they would have, personally. But because of Aid's error, they've got up there. I mean, the gap to Big Dan's come out in 7th, so Big Dan is in that 7th position. That's doable still, because these guys still got a pit. I mean, even Sky. So Big Dan isn't out of it. He's coming around. He's on the straight. He's behind Coey. Coey's in that P6, and Coey hasn't pitted either, I don't think. No, he's not. It's 14.19, so he hasn't pitted. So this is a tricky one to call at the minute. I can't say who's going to be where once the pit stops happen. But Big Dan might be promoted up to that P1. 1.5 there for Pat, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, Sky's running away with it. I mean, Sky, he's got to go into the harder tyre, and we know the harder tyre costs you around about a second and a bit. Aid's into the pits now, 1.5. As long as he didn't cross that entry line, he'd be alright. Just clear that 1.5. Harry G staying out, Goa's staying out, and Matt Psycho's staying out. Sky's running away with it now. Going to be interesting, because all these guys here are really, really close on track, and when it comes to the pit, it's going to be right. Do I need to refuel? No, because they got enough fuel in that car to get them to the end. But will someone refuel? We've seen it in previous races where someone's refueled and it's cost them that position. Ideally, no, they don't have to refuel. There's no way on earth they have to refuel this car when they go into that pit. Jump on the hard and just gun it, you know. Big Dan's on the medium, so he'll be on the quicker tyre than the guys up ahead. So he might claw that time back to Sky if Sky stays out in front when he comes out of the pits. It all depends, really. I think we need to watch Dan towards the last 2 laps of the race, I would say. But it's going to be close, you know. It's going to be close between these 3 here. Sky will be alright. He might come out in P2 as long as he doesn't cross that entry line to the pits and he get that 3 second. Going back here, Coey there in that P5. He's there still, Coey. I'm not saying there's not a chance for Coey, but he's still got a pit onto the harder tyre, which he hasn't done. Sky's into the pits now. Big Dan's there. Ginger in that P7. She's misleading, isn't it? Because he hasn't pitted either. I mean, the pit time, it's weird. It's like maybe they have pitted. Maybe some have pitted because it's not showing that. Because when Dan pitted, it's not a 20 second. It's more than that. Let's have a look. Harry G. Maybe I'm wrong. It ain't shown on there. You would think when you pit, because it's around about 40 second, it would show the difference on there, but it's not. That's a weird one, because if these guys are pitted, I've got it all wrong, and I'm just chatting absolute nonsense. But it's not showing on there. I don't understand. 212, 217 is not. It's not a 17-second pit stop. Even when Big Dan pitted, you see, he pitted what around about the 8 was it, something like that. But it's not a 219. This is odd. Am I working this out all wrong? Because Sky and Big Dan are together now. So Big Dan in that P6. This is very, very confusing. You would think that the lap time would be greater than what it is, but it isn't. It is really strange. It's really strange. But I think Big Dan probably needs to get past Sky as soon as possible. So Sky's on the harder tyre. But then we know the harder tyre, once it gets warmed up, it can compete with the medium, you know, and even the soft runners sometimes, depending on what type of driver you are. But he's in that slipstream now, so he's got the momentum down this straight. As we know, the closer you are, you don't really pick it up, but he's got it there. And as I said, he hasn't really got that full momentum of the slipstream, because they're coming to this bank corner. He's looking for that cut back there to the inside of Sky, and he doesn't get that move done. Or does he? No, he does not. Sky just cuts the nose off, right, saying, right, you're not having it. You know, we're fighting this battle until the final round. It's me and you, mate. Yeah, whether you like it or not. But yeah, Dan looking again to the inside there of Sky, but no, Sky's not having none of it. He's at the minute he's doing all right on the harder tyre, but they're still cold and they're getting up to temperature. Even though we can see a little bit of red, if we can see a little bit of red, so that means the temperature's kicking in. Because Big Dan's has got that red already on the medium tyre. But Cowie in that P4, maybe they pitted. Maybe I got this all wrong. Or maybe they might do a late pit stop and go out. But from my perspective, I can't see if they pitted. They might have. They did, didn't they? Did they? No, I can't remember. Old age for you. I'm old now. I'm falling apart. Brain's not quite there anymore. That's the excuse. It's been a long day, you know. But yeah, Matt Psycho in that P1. Maybe they have. Maybe I've got this all wrong and they pitted and yeah, they're like, shut up, Darren. You got talking absolute crap. You don't know what you're on about. Watch things. But I can't remember them pitting, whether they did. God. You know when you had a long day and you're just like, oh. You know, you're not with it and you're like, oh, I just want to go to bed, go to sleep, have some coffee and stuff like that. But yeah, Sky, we're going to stay with this for a minute because up here it's quiet, it's settled, it's gap, you know. I think pit stops are done. I didn't see it. I do apologise, you know. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I missed it. I'm sorry, but here we go. See, the points are mattering to Sky in a minute because he needs the points over Dan. And they're battling. Sky's still there. Sky's fighting this, you know. He wants all points in his favour to close that gap to Big Dan. Because it's very, very close between them. And Big Dan's doing all he can to get by Sky. And then wherever Dan wants to go, Sky's like, no, you're not having it, mate. You're not having it. And here we go. Willie, though, that's the thing. That ain't going to help. By going a little bit wide, the mud on the tyres, you're going to feel it sliding a little bit as you enter corners. He's trying everything, but Sky's like, no, you're not having it. You are not having this position off of me. Maybe 1 or 2 points, but it matters to me, Dad. Just go away. Yes, go away with you. Coey's there. They've pitted. They're on the final lap now. Why did I see it? Did I say anything about their pits? But Matt Psycho, 2 out of 2 if he can get the win. If capital I. But back here, the 2 P1 and 2 in the championship, bringing it to the final round. I'll go through the points if the tables are up. But now that'd be the after points, wouldn't it? So there's no point saying that table. Searching for the other table might leave because it might take a while. I'm going to be on there for like an hour and 28 bloody minutes, something like that. I think it is an hour and a half or something. I can't remember. I think the other race is like an hour or 50 minutes. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what track. It's all a surprise for us. Yeah, Coe as in the. I know. That's why I say carp. All right. I say you go fishing today, mate. Yeah, just for a bit of banter. You know, go fishing carp fishing. You can do carp fishing, can't you? Pretty sure you can. You can do. Can you do like cod fishing? You can, can't you? You can do all sorts of fishing in the sea because there's fish, Darren. Yeah, but carp. You know, that's what I say. Go fishing today, mate. You know, just take the mick and that, you know, about the double decker and about the pillow fight between these two. And Sky, you know, which was Sky and so on, and Ginger. I won't go there with Ginger, that's a bit of a rude one. But here we go, back here, Psycho. Matt the Psycho takes the win. Round 9, race 2. 2 from 2 from Matt there. Goa in P2. Not such a heated battle between the brothers this time out. Goa's like, no, I'm going, Harry. He's in P2. Harry G there in P3. You got to look away in a minute. You're not allowed to see P3 there, Harry, to see the result from the last race. So get a towel or turn TV off and I'll let you know and turn it back on. Coe Carp there in P4. Well done, everyone. Big Dan P5, Sky P6. Yeah, Big Dan got him in the end. What's that? Instead, okay. Yeah. What, carp in the garden? Ginger there, P7. He's coming across the line now. Well done, Ginger. BRC Pat there in P8. You keep carp in the garden? What, have you got like a massive bloody ocean in your garden or something? Yes, Atlantic Ocean in your garden. Alright, BRC post for Pat. He's delivered all the letters. He's coming across the line now in that P8. Well done there, BRC Patty. He's there. And here we go, Aid. Doing alright, you know, he just got a little bit wrong and yeah, he's in that P9. Right, that's round 9 done with. We're gonna go on to the finale. Don't look. So whoever's watching, don't look. Turn the TV off for a minute. All right, give me like 20 seconds because I need to go here. It's a bit of an odd way of doing it. I should have liked it really. Go there, here. And then we go here, and then we go there. Yeah, a bit of if you watch it, it's like being at school. This is your classroom for the next 20 seconds. You can watch. So whoever's watching, turn your TV off or don't look. Or just turn around and, I don't know, grab your missus or whatever, you know, or go and play with the children for 20 seconds. Go play a bit of football. Anyway, I'm loading it up now. Don't look away. There you go. We've got an hour or 50 minutes. I can't quite remember how long it is with these enjoy. It used to be 50 or something like that, I think it was. Maybe it's an hour, maybe it's a little bit longer. But either way, you can't fit an hour's worth of replay into PSN. It's like, no, not allowed, because it's too long. Even if you do 59.99 or 59.59 or whatever, it don't allow you to. Right, don't look, play. Right, here we go then. This is the final round of the Ultimate Racing League, League 5. This is round 10, and we're at Spa. Now, we know with Spa could produce different weather conditions. But what I want to say, though, is, you know, it's been a real pleasure doing the commentaries for the last 8 rounds. And I know I've got to do Mount Panorama still, race 2 from now. I totally forgot about that. You know, I didn't do it on purpose. I just totally forgot. But I'll get out in due course. But Thingy-Majig done round 1, and then we have Rufus do round 2. So I appreciate them two for doing that. But I've done round 3 onwards, so that's 7, isn't it? So 7 rounds, and it's been brilliant. You know, it really has. I got bored of commentary, you know, and I was like, shall I, shan't I? So I thought, yeah, I'll offer. And to be honest, I'm glad I did, because I've enjoyed the racing, what they bring each week, and it's been a pleasure. And I've seen improvement from all the guys in the league, whether they're here tonight, whether they're not here tonight. You know, they took part, they joined the league. So I want to thank Sky for sharing the replays. Thank everyone for turning up each week. Like, do race, obviously the URL behind the scenes, like Alex and that, and Alistair, and so on and so on. We've had, I think it's all the 5 leagues. No, we've had 6 actually, because it's League of Champions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So technically, it's 6 leagues, ran over 10 weeks. And yeah, it's the replays from the other guys are all out there on the URL Facebook page and so on and so on. But it's been a pleasure, you know. Sometimes the commentary's been a bit. Sometimes it's been all right. But yeah, thank you for watching. I mean, the subs as well. Don't unsub, because if I don't cover your league next season, you know, just keep tuning in, and it's good to hear feedback, and you know, and the subs are growing a little bit. I don't do this for subs. I do it for enjoyment and stuff like that, you know. But anyway, let's go back here. The points what I can see are the final standings, and I don't want to read out the final standings, but I do that in like a little special thing, like a short 1 minute or something like that, maybe next week or something like that, because I'm working all weekend and that, so yeah. But we're heading into the final round. Matt Psycho is on that pole position. Now we got probably, well, it said an hour and 5 down there, so we've got an hour and 5 minutes worth of racing ahead of us. The hards have to be run in this endurance. I think the soft and medium can be run, but you could run the hards all race if you wanted to. I mean, some do that. Now, whether that's in an effect, I think it was last season. Whether it is this season, I'm not sure. But mandatory's got to be run. You know, I think it's the hards have got to be run again. I think it is, at least 2 laps or something like that. But it's about a thinking game now. Matt Psycho's on that pole position. We've got Big Dan in P2. We've got Sky in P3. And now I know it's close between these two going into the final round. But if I search with the chat, I'd be looking for ages, you know. Harry G in P4. Coey in that P5. Bendit's back. So good to see Bendit. Pretty about smurfing that as well. I haven't seen him for a couple of rounds. He's in P6. Goa in P7, Aid in P8, and we got Ginger in P9. Right, let's get Spa underway. Normally, like the daily, the gap between P1 to 2 is like, even down back here, is like massive. I hope they sorted that out, because you don't really want a massive gap. I mean, some is still coming around the chicane, and it's like a similar thing, you know. The gap is quite huge to the rear. All right, here we go. Round there. This is the final round, so this is it. You know, this is it. We've had 10 rounds. We've had a lot of action. We've had some upsets. We've had some people leave the league earlier on due to other commitments. We've had people that have raced after race after race. And this is it, boys. You know, this is it. This is like a goodbye, isn't it? It's like, bye League 5, bye, you know. Woo! But anyway, let's go. Shut up, Darren. But anyway, let's back here. It's all right. It's going to be steady. It's going to be heated, flat out, intense. You know, let's bash each other off the track. It's an endurance, and it's got to be steady and at a pace that they're happy with. Yeah, you could gun it if you wanted to, which I'm pretty sure these two might do. Matt might join them as well, but in an ideal world, you just want to look at everything, because remember, you want the minimal stops as possible in an endurance to benefit your race. You don't want to do like 3 or 4 pit stops, wear out the tyres, you know, pit, short fuel, so on and so on, because you have to go in to refuel again. And remember the mandatory. If you can get away with 1, you're alright. 2, you'll be okay. I mean, all of them, bar Ginger, and I think intermediate. Oh, Bendit's on an intermediate tyre. Oh, he's going to feel this. He's on the intermediate tyre on the dry track. Whether he senses something, it could be a good call. It just depends if that wet stuff comes on the track. At the minute, it's blue, yeah, and it's sunny. You know, we got the sunbathers out either side of the track, and here we go. Bendit's on the intermediate. Does he sense something? Ginger on the hard. So if it stays dry He's on the harder tyre, he can go for longer and longer. You know, Aid there in P7 on the soft. Up here, we got Coe and Goa battling early on. 24 laps ahead of us. Spa's a lovely track. One of the best tracks ever made, in my opinion. People may disagree, but love this track. It's always been my favourite. It can produce really, really good racing. And as we see here, we got 5 and 6 behind, but we got like P1 to 4 forming as a bit of a train. They're not teammates or nothing like that. They're battling each other, but sometimes in the long race, you sort of like try and help each other to save the fuel. I mean, Big Dan might be, you know, lifting off earlier than Matt Psycho and saving up more fuel, you see, but at the minute they're sort of like identical. The wear as well, we're looking after the wear in the tyres, because the soft, we know with the higher tyre depletion setting can wear that compound, and Harry G there, he saved that at the end there. That would have been a massive off there for Harry G, but fair play, gets it on that grey stuff. But yeah, it's sort of like a slow and steady, not slow, but it's a manage just to settle. And that's what you see in this type of race, you know. He's pitted now for the racing soft. Yeah, the intermediates can wear quite fast in the dry conditions, but if it does rain, the wind's 4.3. Yeah, so we're sort of like in down southwesty side of things on that track map there we see. So yeah, he's from Holland there, Bendit, but Matt Psycho, Big Dan and Sky, these three now have broke away from Harry G. We're going to watch things, because I sense a battle on here, but not yet. I sense the last 6 to 5. I think we could see a heated battle, depending if they pit for their mandatory. It's difficult. See, with me, like, I know the Supra's got like a higher tyre wear, what do you call it? The car can eat the tyres, you know. The car can eat the tyres quite a lot. Unlike like the Merc. I remember when I done an endurance for URL last season at the Merc. I was on the soft till the last 5 laps of the race, or 4 laps, and went on to the harder tyre. That's how long the softs can last if you manage to look after them, depending on the car. And I think the Supra may wear out the tyres quite quickly compared to the Merc from what I was used to the previous season, you know. So, and we know some of the guys in this league can look after the tyres quite well. Some aren't so great at tyre saving. Some are good at tyre saving, and we know A can save the tyres, and Coe as well. I mean, look at Coe's tyre. He's on the medium, yeah, but they can still wear similar sort of pace to the racing soft. Proving no, they don't. Yeah, they do. From what I see, it doesn't show it there, but A's probably pushing a little bit more than Coe to keep that gap or to break away from him, you know. But the lap times will show for itself how it pans out later on. It's too early to call yet. Bendit, he's on the racing soft. Ginger on the racing hard. He's quite a way behind now, Bendit, but it might come to him later on in the race. Yeah, it's going to be a second pit stop, and he hasn't run the harder tyre, but we'll come to that if capital I, if it rains, you know, the tyre rule doesn't come into effect at all, because it's a wet race. It's not like the bar's got to hit a certain thing on the wet radar, wet bath. I think that's on the right. Yeah, you normally get like a blue. Normally in Leeds you go, or if it goes below halfway, you don't pit for the wet tyre, but if it goes over, you pit for the wet tyre. irrespective on in this league, you know, in URL, if it's wet, it's wet. You run a wet tyre, and the mandatory tyre is thrown out the window. At the minute, it looks all right on track, and clouds are sort of appearing from what I see there. Yeah, they're getting a little bit darker. It's getting a little bit cloudier towards the later part of the lap, and the soft right, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, you can see it. It's blue there, but it's misty through Eau Rouge and that, you know. Right, it's tricky. Is it going to? Is it not going to? They're in the boot of Coe, going up. Remember back in the day when Senna had that massive incident on the right, and unfortunately lost his life. But he still lives on every day, you know. Living legend. Was it this track or was it that other one actually, Imola? I can't remember now. Was it Spa? It was Spa, wasn't it? Was it Spa? Was it? I can't remember now. I haven't watched Formula One for years, to be honest with you. It's I don't enjoy the sport anymore. But yeah, here we go. Bendit on the. If it does rain now, Bendit's going to be thinking, right, you know, it's just on an intermediate tyre. It's getting wet. Yeah, 4 laps in, they would have been worn quite a lot, but they still would have worked on that with the redness on the tyre, because he's probably thinking, right, it is going to rain, man, and he's probably right, because it is going to rain. I think it looks really, really misty. It looks like it's dropping a bit, the clouds, and it's going to be a wet race. Matt Psycho in P1 at the minute. He's broke away from Sky, because as the clouds draw in and the track will be getting colder, it won't be so grippy out there. They'll feel it a lot more. The car have a tendency to go a little bit wider around certain corners. You can't go so flat. They'll know when the rain's dropping, if it rains. But we know Spa in the real world does like rain, and it does rain a lot in Spa. In the real world, you know, sometimes they have like abandoned races and stuff like that. But going back to the actual league itself, yeah. Oh God, you wouldn't think this is League 5 with some of the races they've had. All of them have got pace. Right, Harry's into the pits now. We're going to see with Harry into the pits, will he opt for the harder compound or a totally different compound, a tyre, you know? Time will tell. We'll go back to Harry in a minute. It's there, because last season it was all the way around. He went on for like 300 miles and then he actually got to the pit stop, you know. So this is going to promote probably Ginger as well up to 7. Bendit's coming around now, but he probably still stay in that 9th position. Right, Matt Psycho in P1, 2:29. The fastest lap at the minute is 2:29.5 from Sky in that P2. Sort of like on par, the top 3 at the minute. I mean, even Goa, Korea 2:31, but it's being chased by A. Now, this is interesting. Harry's gone onto the wet tyre. It's not raining yet from what I can see, but we know when people jump onto the wet tyre, it's going to be soon. And normally when it's going to be soon, it's going to be on that lap. And my coffee, I need a drink. It's going to be very soon. Because if you've done testing and that, you know you're going to know when it's going to drop. It's not like a real racing, you know, we're not racing in the real world. They've done testing with these settings and they know when it's going to rain. Whether they've done it privately or in a group, some do it privately. You can set the settings up yourself, lock the room down. Now, a little bit wide there for Harry on the harder tyre. He's going to find it difficult at the minute in the dry conditions to keep that car on track with the wet tyre. They're wet tyre for a reason and not for the dry conditions, but time will tell. Has Harry done the right thing? We won't know until it rains, and it needs to rain soon if it's going to work for Harry. But at the minute, there's no rain, so it ain't going to work. Matt Psycho's running away a little bit. Sky's in P2, Dan in P3. Be interested, they all dive into the pits now. Then we know it's going to happen soon, you know. What's going on here? Why is it over there? Why am I looking at a tree? Yeah, there we go. Back there. Be interested to see if these guys pit. Because these guys pit, Harry's sort of like right, but at the minute I can't see no rain. Right, what are they doing? No, they're still not pitting. Has Harry done this a little bit too soon? Sorry, I need a drink. Oh God, my mouth gets all dry and that. I chat for so long. But yeah, I'm more intrigued, right, to see when it's going to rain, because I can't see no rain. Cody's is obviously going to go on to he might surprise us, go onto the harder tyre, you know. But Harry at the minute, I mean, look, he's not even done a lap. He's on the harder wet tyre, and he's got the redness kicking in already. And it's forcing him wide off track as well, because the tyres ain't happy. You know, they're overheating everything out there. His benefit now, it needs to rain, and it needs to rain now. Bendit's into the pit, so if it does rain, you'll be alright. That'll be thrown out the window, the hard tyre. But who went on to Cody onto the intermediate? This is very interesting here. Bendit back into the pits. These guys haven't pitted. Odd, isn't it? It's like, yeah, it's getting very misty out on track. And we're going in with Big Dan. Yeah, I mean, Sky's a front runner. Yeah, it's raining. Yeah, it's raining now. We can see the raindrops on the windscreen. And here we go. Harry G made the early call. Maybe a lap too earlier, but the rain's dropping. So we'll see his pace in a minute. We've got Matt Psycho there. Slowed up quite a lot now, because there is Sky. They've got to take it nice and easy on the racing soft. I mean, it's not so wet, the track, so you can run the soft tyre probably. Well, I would, you know, for another lap, but they probably get that wet, that Spa, which we all know, that you'll have to change them straight away. Earlier braking, going to be a must if you're on that racing soft tyre. We'll go down to Harry G in a minute, because I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Yeah, Matt's into the pit. Sky into the pit. Big Dan, I thought he was going to stay out there, Big Dan. It looked like he was going to stay on track. Big Dan in P3, goer. They're all going to dive in now. So at Suzuka, done really well in the wet conditions. On the wet, the wet or the intermediate. I might throw you out of the pit there. No. Sometimes if you cross it a bit too much, it will spit you back out onto the track. Oh, Ginger on the harder tyre, spinning around. Here we go. Let's have a look at this from Ginger. It's really wet now. It wasn't like this a minute ago. Yep, there we go. There's a little bit of a dry line there, and then Cody's on the intermediate. He's like, yeah, here I go, one-handed style on my steering wheel, and I'm going to show you boys that you should have pitted earlier, but me and Harry pitted onto the wet tyre, and what are you going to do? And yeah, they're coming out now, but remember, Cody's is going to be warm. These guys got to warm them up. Traction control's on for all of them, I think, except from Dan. So yeah, traction control will help the car as well in these conditions, not make it so slidey. Cody there in that P5. We'll look at the lap times at the minute. Harry G on the wet tyre, a bit worn now, but he should be okay for the remainder. It might stay wet for the rest of the race. We're not sure. If it does, happy days. Ginger in P8 into the pits now. It's a long one, you know, it's a long one. Bendit there in P9. Just had the wrong tyres on at the start, Bender. He had the intermediates on at the start. If he didn't have the intermediates on, he had the soft or medium or hard, he would have been closer than what he is now. I mean, Ginger's coming out of the pit after his spin. who's got the confidence in the wet conditions? You know, we know some of the guys in this league are confident in the wet. Some aren't so confident. 3 second there by cutting that pit entry. When you cut the pit entry, if the penalty marker's on for the penalty options on for the pit cut line, then yeah, you're going to get a 3 second for cutting the pit entry. That's just how it is. It's a harsh penalty, but that's the settings, and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. Right, carry on the right, even that 3 second. He's got a bit of a gap to P7 of Harry, so he might drop behind Harry, but there's no one behind him. I mean, Ginger's quite a way back in that BAM Bendit in P9. Right then, Matt Psycho on the intermediate. He's won Charter Mountain, you know, race 1 and 2. And if he can win, I mean, I don't know if it's double points in the endurance. I'm not sure. Or it maybe. I think that's drop round as well. But it'd be interesting. I know what the final table is. I know what the final table is, and I might. Yeah, I'm going to do that little video and do the final stand. They know what the final standings are because it was announced to them. Yeah. So at the minute, it's looking settled, you know, which we knew it would, and it always does. It's the wet. It's tricky, and more awareness. And yeah, the gaps are there to be seen. Yeah, it's but let's do an onboard lap with Coey. Right, Coey, across start finish line. I mean, in the way, it's not going to be as quick. You see the front of the car there, wibbling, wobbling. It's like, yeah, I don't know what to do here. Or you can't be so early on that accelerator. We all know this. Rouge and all that, yeah, just flat out. Normally in the dry, it's flat out. In the way, it won't be. It'll be lifting off a little bit earlier, as you see there, off the accelerator. Trying to avoid the curves as well. If you hit them curves, as you see there, it will spit the car out, you know. But we're going to look at this for a minute. Get another drink, sorry. Alright then. Here we go. So Coey, again, you can hear the tyres, you know, under braking, like screaming, like, "Don't do that to me! Don't do it!" Yeah, it's so difficult. When you see that dry line sort of appearing, then you can push it a little bit more. Just listen, I'll be quiet for a minute for once. No, you did do that because he didn't really break. You can hear it there. You hear the tyre screaming. Do it. Yeah. And there's a car up ahead. You can see the yeah, they're all taking it nice and easy. That's Sky then in P4. Around these, it ain't gonna be so easy. Normally, if you hit the Astra on the outside of that track, you normally into the barrier, kissing it, literally. See, the pace has dropped now because of the conditions. It's not so intense. There's not so much battling going on. So now, really, for the guys, the strategy is like gone out the window for a little bit. It's gone out the window, and they're like, for God's sakes, you know, I had this plan. The plan's gone out the window. Is it going to dry up? We don't know. It could stay like this to the end of the race. It's known to happen. Yeah, we're Coey at the minute, still doing this onboard lap. Right, this left-hander coming out now is normally flat. You can normally take it really flat. As you see there, he's had to lift off. The car just wants to kick out of the rear. And here we go, wibble wobble there onto the entry, the final chicane. A lap there from Coey. It's currently P5 in the final round of URL Ultimate Racer League Championship. Round 10. Yeah, so the lap times there you can see, you know, 2:51 compared to a 2:31. It's a 20-second loss. in lap time. That will grow, or might not grow. It might decrease if there's a dry line appearing. But in a minute, Goa seems to be doing all right in that the wet conditions. What's the lap time between these two? Almost identical. Matt Psycho 2:53, but he's on the intermediate tyre. So if a dry line does appear, it benefits Psycho for the minute. He's leading the race, and Coey's on the intermediates as well. Who else on the intermediate? Jin's on the intermediate, and then we got the wet there from Bendit, Aid on the wet as well. Yeah, it's like 50-50 at the minute. It's like, what's going to happen? Is it going to continue to rain? Do the guys want it to continue to rain? Probably not. But yeah, it's, let's go. Matt Psycho, P1. A bit of a gap there to Big Dan. So at the minute he's doing okay. Go with MP3. Lap number 9 of 24. Right, about 13 to go. The final round. Harry Jean at P6. I bet someone now wanted Brands Hatch, didn't they? But there's a dry line appearing now. Dry line's appearing. So we'll see 2:49 there from Harry last time out. Cody there at 2:51, 2:53. And 2:53. We'll see now how quick Matt is going on the intermediate tyre. Dry line's there. They're pushing a little bit more now. Might need a wee in a minute, sorry. So might go quiet. When you trickle up, needs a wee. Alright. Matt Psycho. I mean, now, on this lap, coming up, we'll see the optimal pace between the intermediate and the Big Dan's on the intermediate as well. Go on the intermediate. Wet there for Harry. Sit on that wet tyre. Aid there. Ginger, Bendit. Yeah, so that the top runners are on the intermediate tyre. We'll see the 2:46, 2:43 there for Big Dan last time out. So he's quicker by 3 seconds over Matt Psycho. Goa a 2:43 as well. Sky at 2:42, so Sky are quicker than the top three at the minute. Interesting. Lovely jubbly. Alright, let's watch these guys for a minute. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's see if this is actually working now. No, still can't see it. Right, sorry about this, I still can't see it in my thing. Right, here. Sorry if I'm quiet, but I'm trying to work out why. Oh yeah, I can see it by clicking that. Oh, I can see it by clicking that link. So it doesn't matter really. I can't see it on my YouTube channel, but I can see it with the link shared. So that's all right. I'll look at that after the race. Right, let's go, lads. Let's start throwing it a little bit because we are got a dry line now, so there's no excuse. We can push the Supra a little bit more than what we're doing now. Let's go. P4 Sky, Big Dan P2. So Big Dan in a minute got the point haul over Sky. What he needed, but this race ain't over. We've got a long way to go. You know, we've got 14 laps to go. If it does dry out, who's going to be the bravest to stay out on the intermediate tyre, you know? Cody there P5, Harry P6, Ginger P7. The guys to the rear could come into it as well. Aiden P8. And we got Bendit there in P9. On the race is off, so he's pitted. So I'm not sure if that harder comp, because it rained and it's quite heavy, does that harder compound still come into effect? We'll have to keep an eye out, won't we? Because, oh, bend it there, spinning in the wet conditions. Touch that wet, and you're gonna spin off, just like bend it there. Very unfortunate. The rear end of that car now is falling off. So as he brakes, turns, he's gonna fit it a lot more. So Harry G into the pits. Right, Harry G into the pits. Let's look at this one for a minute. What tyre does Harry G swap to? Don't know. I have no idea. If it's a drier tyre, then yeah, it's going to be a drier condition race for the remainder. Let's wait and see. So we can still see him in that pit. I think all the guys now are watching Harry. What tyre does he go on, you know? So it does show up when you're in the race. Matt Psycho in that P1. Still, Big Dan P2. It doesn't really matter where Big Dan or Sky ideally wants to get over Big Dan. He's on the soft. He's on a softer tyre, Harry. It's got to be wary of the wet. Don't hit the wet. If you hit the wet, that's it. He's spinning off like Ginger did. Aid into the pits now. He's on the wet tyre. Probably switch to the soft maybe, or medium. Either or. And we'll bend it there in that P9. We're still sticking with it. Matt Psycho, not pitted. He's on an intermediate tyre. Now Harry, well, let's have a look here. Goa, he's found pace on the intermediate, and he's right in the boot there of Big Dan. And Big Dan needs to fend the car really wide there, but Goa more confident on the intermediate tyre at the minute. And he just eases past Big Dan there to go to that P2, but Big Dan probably fight back at him. And yeah, I mean, Goa just he's past it, and we know Dan went a little bit wide. This car sort of skid as on the brake in, but yeah. Alright, Matt Psycho there. Is he going into the pits? He is indeed. Who else is going to go into the pits? A little bit deep there for him go. Will that hamper him? No, he's staying out of the pits, and Big Dan's into the pits. He's like, I'm in, you stay out then. And that's what Go has done. He stayed out. Matt Psycho stayed out. It looked like Matt Psycho went into the pits, but he didn't. Wow, craziness. Craziness at the minute of Spa. 12 to go. 12 to go. Let's go. Yes, 12. 12 to go. Let's go. Right, Coey P5. Ginger in that P6. Harry P7. Bender in P8. Harry there. On the racing soft, we look at the lap times at the end of the laps. He's done his out. This would be his hot. Let's see the difference in lap time. If it's like 10-second different, he's going to be closing down the top runners quite rapidly. And Aid there in P9. The rain's gone. He's probably thinking, damn it, I want the rain to come back, but the rain hasn't come back. And yeah, we are almost there, lads. You know, we're almost leaving the party soon. Almost done. To the guys who got promoted, wish you all the luck in League 4. I'm sure you do well. To the guys that stayed in the league, bring it next season and see what you can do. And I don't think there'll be no relegations or anything like that. You got the pace. Treat this as a testing season, and then bring what you can in next season. You know, depending on the car, it might be Mitt's car series. Who knows? But the one mate seems to work. Yeah, it seems to work. Because normally you can get like the AP cars, can't you, over the sort of like slower cars and that sort of like an uneven field. So yeah, probably one maker come back. You might see them in who knows, in a Porsche or anything like that. You know, it all depends really. It's up to the runners of the league. They decide, and they come out with it in a couple of weeks, and they put the guys where they need to be, and that's it. If you want to join URL now on Facebook. Put your name down. There's loads of these happening at the minute, and yeah, be good to see you all on track. So like the guys at Thingy-Majig, we got Rufus, we got Firepower, we got Paul, we got Mark, we got Andy as well, the comms guys, and then we got on Sunday we've got a commentators race. Yes, but there's no commentators commenting on that who normally do the commentary for URL. It'll be Alex who owns URL. The owner runs it, you know, he set it up from the beginning. He doesn't run it on his own, runs it with other people, but he's the main guy of URL. So he'll be actually talking as well for League 1, Lobby 1, and then Lobby 2. I'm not quite sure if they're a regular commentary guy or not. But yeah, a guy for Lobby 2, which I'm in, he'll be commentating on me spinning around. I haven't raced for like a long time, a couple of months or so. And they put me in with some faster guys. Yes, I'm not fast anymore, you know. You put me in Lobby 1. Anyway, let's go back to this. Probably some of these guys being there whoop my ass. Anyway, yeah, it's very gappy on the map, as you can see. It's like really spread out like butter. You know, it's really spread out like butter. But while this is like this, I'm going to jump in car with Sky. I'm going to go to the toilet because I need a toilet. When you get older, you need a toilet more. Right, let's go here like literally a minute or so. See you in a minute. Oh, quick. Sorry about that, I needed a wee. Gotta go for a wee. I've had a wee. And I'm coming back now to chat to you more and bore you more. Right then, what's going on? What's going on? I can't get this. God. Oh. Back to go. It's really dry now. You know, I've only went for a minute or so, and the track. Where's the rain gone? Right, we're gonna see optimum pace now of all the guys. Of all the guys, a little bit of spray there from Matt as he hits the wet, but yeah, it's been like a slow and steady race, and it hasn't been a lot of action in this race for the minute. I mean, wow, it's 0.5 Sky down P3 behind Big Dan, but Big Dan chasing down Matt Psycho in that P1. Goa in P4. He's got a half a second, but his brother's quite a way behind. He's got like half a second as well. Kobe in that P6. He's lucky there. Hit that curb with the wet and almost lost the rear. Almost spun. Bendit in P7. But in a minute, Bendit's doing alright, you know. Yeah, he's in P7. He's gained a couple positions off of the guys here, 8 and 9, from Ginger and Aid. Aid there in that P9. And yeah, it's just 24 seconds, the lap time difference. So that's a big loss, you know, big loss to have that amount of time loss. Yeah, he did pit. Yeah, it's like a 301 to a 245, but a fast lap in a minute is 229, 528 by Sky, and a 302 last time out after pitting. They can push it now to the end. They might have enough fuel. They probably will have enough fuel. Racing medium there from Goa. So if they do wear their tyres out, Goa on the medium, if he looks after him, he'll be jumping a few of the guys up ahead. But Matt Psycho, Big Dan is there. You know, Matt Psycho isn't having such an easy race this time out. He's you can see Big Dan, and then Big Dan's broke away from Sky now. So at the minute, maybe Sky's thought enough's enough, you know, fought enough for this league title. I'm happy with P3. Depending on how big the gap is, can he close it more in the championship? We'll wait and see. Go in P4. Whether he'll go up, whether they could done enough points to promote themselves. Harry and Goa, you know, the two brothers, they like drifting this car, you know, they like drifting it. He's got that 0.5. Harry's they close him up a little bit, but not massively. Coey there in that P6. And behind, well, he's quite a way behind Harry, about 2 seconds. Bendit there in P7. And then we've got Ginger in P8. There from Ginger. And he's being chased down now by Aid in that P9. So Aid is chasing down Ginger in that P8 up ahead. So could we see a battle later on between these two? We'll wait and see. Right, lap number 15 of 24, 9 to go. We aren't seeing any improvements on the fastest lap time. No one's beat it yet. Still a little bit wet out there. As you can see, the dry line's there, but the wetness is still there as well. So a slight touch with the racing soft or racing medium or hard is spinning, depending how much throttle you've got implanted into that floor. If it's full throttle, then yeah, if you turn, the car's gonna go hello, goodbye type thing. And 0.5, we'll see now. It feels more like a second. When you hit that penalty marker, it depends where it is now. Yeah, it's like more like a second, that 0.5, and a 1.5 is like an eternity, you know, and a 3 is even worse. Like you go to space and back. But yeah, it's very quiet now. Matt's put his foot down a little bit more. Lap times between these two, yeah, 8 tenths lost between Big Dan and Matt. Matt 8 tenths quicker. Sky there 2:31.7. So he's a little bit quicker than Big Dan. And then Goa a 2:35.4. So he's quite a bit off the lap time, to be honest with you. And his brother's done the 2:31. So his brother's sort of like 3 and a bit seconds quicker than Goa, you know. So he's on the medium, Harry's on the soft, but the soft is wearing quite a lot compared to the medium. So later on, it'll benefit Goa, you know, because if these softs wear out a lot and the redness is there and the tyres get, you know, pretty worn down, Def and Go on the medium, he's alright. Coey on the racing soft, he's looking after his. He pitted a little bit later than Harry did. Yeah. So Harry's been on these tyres for the last 5 laps. With Coey, last 2. Bendit there, he's had an off. What happened to Bendit? So look at this. Massive. Probably touched out wet on the outside. Let's have a look at this. Right, it's going around here. Probably wet on the outside. Ah, no, got a little bit of a wobble on there. The front end sort of like kicked out a little bit, unsettled, and then shot him cross track. Whether he's got damaged front, damaged back, damaged wheel, front right wheel's falling off, front back wheel is falling off as well. Back right is going, yes, and he's a spectator now. He's thought, sod it, I'm gonna sit here and spectate you all and watch you and just do nothing and just sit here, whether you like it or not. We'll come back to Bendit in a minute. Up here, yeah, Matt's pulled the gap now. He's had enough. He's out of here. You know, he's going and he's thinking, right, time for another win, is it, for Psycho? Could be. Could well be. Skyder MP3. Quite a bit of a gap now. Bendit's still sitting there, so no overtaking under yellows, otherwise you get a penalty if you're close enough for an overtake, that is. Right, we got the two brothers hunting down each other. We're on to round 3 of their pillow fight, if it happens. This time around, who's going to be on top? Because you know last time Goa was sort of like defending each corner and, you know, apex and wouldn't let Harry by. Would it be so easy? Will Harry wait for the straight? We shall wait and see. We'll come back to this. Coey there in P6. If these two battle, like I said before, they help them. Ginger in that P7. We've lost Bendit, which is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate there for Bendit. He's unfortunately the cars blew up. And yeah, he's left the lobby, which is unfortunate. They towed the car away and they took it to the nearest scrapyard. Right, 8 there in P8. Back up here we go. Let's have a look at these two. We have got Goa 4, Harry in 5. In the slip there, these three are sort of like gap now. But no, medium to soft, but the soft are wearing massively. So that will impact speed as well. What can Harry do? Can Harry close that gap? He's 0.5, he's blue. A little bit wide down entry from Goa. So that cost him a little bit of time. Harry there perfected that corner. The medium, yeah, lap time 2:33, 3-second difference. Well, 2.5. Thereabouts, so 2.3 actually. And yeah, Go is losing a bit of time, but he's later on, as I keep saying, and I know I keep repeating myself, it'll benefit him. Alright. P9, P3 for Sky 99, P9, Darryl, wake up, God. Right, come on then, boys. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do then, Harry? UHC, bro. I'm gonna have you in a minute. Coey there in P6, still fishing for his carp. Ginger in P7, and then these boys here are getting closer now. Aid is chasing down Ginger. Probably doesn't want to be in that P8, wants to be in that P7. It would have been nice to see a full grid really for the final round. But that's it. Matt Psycho there, 2:28.683 on lap number 17. What can what? It's almost like he's 2.3 seconds quicker than Big Dan, and that's a massive margin. You know, it's a massive margin in lap time. He's absolutely planted his foot to the floor, and he's out of there. You know, he's like, right, Psycho mode, I'm going, and he is, because under the wet conditions when they were drying, he didn't really have the pace, and he's setting another purple. Big Dan seems to have the upper hand over Matt Psycho, but in the drier conditions, Matt has brought it out. You know, he's thinking, right, sod this, let's go. Let's show the boys what I'm made of for the last 6. Big Dan in P2. Sky, what can Sky do? He's done a 2:28 as well, so he's a lot quicker. Again, 2.1 than Big Dan. So we're going to see a close battle later on in this race. As I said, like 5 to 6. Normally it happens, and it's unfolding. Sky, and we know Sky's got a history of like planting his foot to the floor, and later on in the race, and then showing what he's made of. Is this going to be a similar sort of thing? Because there's enough time. There's enough time to catch Big Dan, or is Big Dan playing the game as well? Because his tyre wear is not massive, nor is Sky, you know. But Matt Psychos is wearing a bit more than P2 and 3. Go in there on the medium. Harry, he needs to start looking at them a little bit. Yeah, he wants a battle, but on the other hand, does he really want a battle? Because it might cost him a lot. Because Coey's just there, and Coey, or as I say there, you know, things like that aren't going to help Harry. He's pushing it. He wants a battle. He likes fighting, but that there has cost him a lot of time, as you see, and he's going to fall into the clutch of Coey in that P6. Now, why he got a penalty for that, I don't know. It's a bit harsh there. He was out of control, you know. I've got a dog just come into the room, sneaking in. Little git. Oi, get out. So yeah. Harry needs to defend. He's got to defend. He has to defend, but it's going to be difficult to defend with Coey coming at you, you know, and around the outside there. Harry can feel that tyre wear, which is unfortunate, which is a shame. Yeah, give me a minute. I need to get this dog out. It's just wandered into the room. It's like, yeah, I'm coming in. 1 minute, sorry. Damn thing. Oi, you. Get out. Get out. Oi. Out. No. Just open the bedroom door. Come in. Go. Go. Oh my God. Of course, I'm having a bloody kid, this dog. Gee. Alright, let's go. Right then, I've got a bottle in the way, I've got this in the way. Harry's, I think that's it for Harry now. I think Harry's tyres are too far gone for him to really battle now. They're wearing a lot. They're almost falling off. Ginger in that P7, Aid. They're nowhere near close enough to go there. They're almost going to be lapped, but Aid there in that P8 looking for P7 off of Ginger. Ginger there entering the final chicane. Final couple of corners, and Aid there looking for this opportunity to get that P7. Remember, these guys will stay in this league. I think if they make a league 7, sorry, then it'd be like a sort of beginners one, where everyone's got to start off when they join URL. But here we go. Well, what can they do? Can they sit in the slip and get that position off of Ginger and that P7? Here we go. Orange now, they're going up. Aid there, what can he do? Can he get this overtake done towards the end of the straight, or before the end of the straight? Here we go, he's in the boot now. He's in that boot, getting all the gingerbread men out. A bit of a psych out there. And he's to the inside, and looks like he's got that position done. He's got a purple sector there, a little bit deep, but nice racing there from these two, and Aid up to P7. Ginger down to P8. Right, up we go, Matt Psycho. He's lost a little bit of time that time out. He's got a purple sector there, 229.0. 231. Yeah, Dan's losing a lot of time on the medium, you know. Racing soft there from Sky. Can Sky sense this? Can Sky sense that he's quicker, a lot quicker than Big Dan? Going there on his own. Harry there being chased by Coe. Coe, can he get into the slip of Harry and get this position off of Harry? Which I'll wait and see. Right then. He's in the slip, in the slip, in the slip. Can he get this position off him? Nope, he has to wait. A little bit, yeah, see the tyre where it's kicking in for both of them actually. But Harry a little bit more than Coe. So all tread matters at the minute. All tread matters. You know, a little bit wide there from Harry, missed that corner in. Coe in the boot now. He's basically in the boot, and if he could get this position of Harry very quickly, maybe he can hunt down Goa. But we're waiting to see. Coe there, he's looking, but no, Harry's doing what Goa does, you know, his brother. Just defends the apex and yeah. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right then. Sky still hunting down Big Dan. Matt Psycho's out of there, he's going. We're on the final 3 laps of this race. Well, how long have I been on here for? I've been on here for like 2 hours, I know, something like that. Been worth it, it's been brilliant racing. I'm sorry if I've bored you. Do apologise. But you got to try and find stuff to say when it's gapped and it's quiet and it's not so up-pacey. But yeah. But next Sunday, it's or Saturday I think it is the start of a live commentary for the Saturday thing, I think, the 2-hour-old endurance. Yeah, if I stay awake, that is. Alright, Aid there, still battling with Ginger. Ginger now wants to have position off at Aid. He's like, right, give it back to me. Here we go. What can Ginger do? Straight on the power there from Ginger. And he's probably going to look to the inside there of Aid. But Aid's kept the gap open there. Oh, where's Aid gone? Aid's still there. So they're still battling there. The final, well, for them it's 4. For the others it's 3. And Aid to the inside this time. And he does get that position. He does indeed. A little bit wide there for Ginger. There was no contact. The car just went out wide. And now Aid, a little bit of half-second gap there, I would say. He's closer than that actually, probably about 2 tenths. But again, Ginger will be sitting that slipstream and chasing down Aid again. So Ginger now in the slip now of Aid. And what can Aid do? Ginger's like off rope. Yeah, he's like sod the track. I'm going on the grass. Yes, grass time. And here we go. What can he do? Can he do the same again? You know, on that back straight? But he's looking early. He's looking early to Aid, and he's going around the outside. But Aid's got the perfect line in. Immediately defends the later part of that chicane. And yeah, great battle from these two. They're showing what the boys are made of at the minute. A 2:36 and a 2:34. Sod the lap times. We're not bothered about that. We're having a great battle here. We're side by side. Ginger there looking. Oh. Wow, what happened there, Ginger? Alright. That was a bit of an odd one. Did he get caught on something in that first corner? Did he get caught on something around here? Oh, too much throttle. Very unfortunate that one from Ginger. But yeah, he's on his own now. Great battle in there with Aid. Just shows what they can do, what they can produce. 22. 2 to go. Here we go. Alright. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We're on the final 2 laps. Come on, bring it. We need some. Matt, slow down. Let's have a bit of a battle on between you two three. You two three. Yes, you can tell I've been talking for too long and chatting absolute nonsense now. Come on, Matt, slow down. Let's have a battle. Come on, you know you want to battle. You don't want to just show off and push it and win yet another race. Jingle bells. Soon be Christmas, won't it? Right, being lapped now. Remember, adhere to the blue flags. You must move out the way immediately to enable the car to go through. Yep, here we go. What can well done, Ginger. Oh no, he's still there. Yep, well done, Ginger. He just eased off, seen him at the last minute and thought, right, you can go through. I'll sit behind you, you can suck me along. Yes, that's what can happen there. Right, Sky and Big Dan. So Sky's got that position off of Big Dan. And now things are going to be interesting because remember the championship technically is between these two. I don't think P3 can catch them unless it's like triple the amount of points. But Sky's got that penalty. Big Dan's going to be promoted up to P2 if... Yeah, no. I thought Big Dan would have passed Sky, but no. He must have had enough of a gap with that penalty just to stay there. It's mandatory in effect. It's mandatory in effect. They're pitting for the last two. Must be. Yeah. Right, this goes down now. Matt pitted and he had quite a bit of a lead. These two didn't. They don't have to refuel. They got enough. More Sky, touch and go, but he should have enough. Big Dan won't. What does he come out on? It's raining again. Wet. Oh wow. Yeah. What a twist in the tail that was. Well, they're both coming out at the same... This is going to be phenomenal. This is going to be a phenomenal last couple of laps. Go with Harry. What's happened to Harry? Yeah, he spun it in that wet condition. He's got... Basically, the car's broke. Got to scrap it now. Got to scrap it, Harry. Just take it to the scrapyard along with my pillow. Now, Cody there, P6. 8 there, P7. And Ginger there in P8. Right. Here we go. This is it. Wet from Sky. Big Dan intermediates. Time will tell. Oh, Big Dan got that position. But is it going to get wet enough for Sky to come back at him? Oh, a little bit wide, a little bit wiggly there from Big Dan. And again, no traction there from Big Dan. Oh, Big Dan, he's sliding a lot compared to Sky. Sky's got minimal sliding there, but Big Dan, as you can see, he's fighting that car massively. Go, let's have a quick look down and see what's going on. It's all quiet at the minute. If you have watched, I do appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. If I bored you, I do apologise. It's difficult it's not difficult, it's just finding things to chat nonsense about, you know, when it's gaps. And when it's close racing, then yeah, it's like non-stop commentary, you know. So I do apologise if I bored you, if I've got things wrong. And yeah, but yeah, it's been a good season. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish them all the best for next season. And whoever does their commentary, you know, there are some, they're all good guys, quick guys, and yeah, I wish them all the best for next season, you know. And the guys that got promoted, who knows, I could be commentating on you next season. We'll wait and see on that one. Right, and as you can tell, I prefer doing replays. Well, replays sometimes, but I prefer live. But with the live, it's normally like live, it's not a replay, if you see what I mean. But this is the only way I could do this race as a live replay. 8 there off track, got resetted. You just find it difficult in the wet conditions, you know. But then Matt Psycho has got a bit of a battle on with Ginger. So Ginger at the minute, oh, Sky on the exit, maybe too much throttle. Yeah, a little bit too much throttle there from Sky. that technically that's a championship. I think Dan had a little bit of a lead going into this round. But unless Dan does an error, you know, he's only there. Was there contact? Was there contact? Was there contact? Oh yeah, a little bit of contact to the rear. Oh, I mean, yeah, fair enough, fair enough. They knew what they was doing, you know, they agree what to do. So yeah, fair play there. Respectful racing given there. But Matt Psycho, he's on basically for another win. Aid there in that P8, pitting late on, maybe doing a fast lap, maybe what's on it. It's the last race. I'm going on to the soft. No, he's on the wet, sorry, he's on the soft. Onto the wet. And that's it, you know, that's it for Aid now. He's on the wet tyre for the final lap of the Ultimate Racing League round 10, League 5 of Spa. Yeah, just thank you again, lads. Thank you again. But Big Dan's coming back at Sky. Wet to intermediate. Fuel flight flashing there for Big Dan. He'll probably have enough to get to the end. Matt Psycho in P1, has been in P1 for a while. Yeah, 20 to 9. He's going to have himself a bath as well. I get a Mount Panorama out when I can in due course. If I get a little points video out next week sometime. Like I said, I'm working, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday now. Quite long shifts. And yeah, just thank you again for watching. Bit of Drift there from Big Dan. I hope you've enjoyed it for the last 7 rounds. Or 8 rounds it was, sorry. 8 rounds. And again, thanks to all the boys in URL and everyone out racing all the leagues and so on and so on. The runners, the guys that run everything. Alistair doing the points. All the comms guys there, everyone. You know, that's what I got to say. And now I've been Ida 4 Gaming. Hope you hear from me soon. Yeah, that's it from me. You know, that's me done. Me retired. Hang up the microphone. Yeah. Pat the wheel away. Pat the rig away. And then bring it out next season. There you go. Matt Psycho, the winner of round 10. The Ultimate Racing League. That's it, Matt. Well done. Well done. Where were you at the beginning? It would have been close between you all. Big Dan and Sky. Great battling throughout the season. Yeah, fantastic. Sky P2. Big Dan P3. Here we go. Cross the line now. Sky P2, Dan P3. Well done, boys. Ginger finishes in P7. Aid there coming up to the line now in P8. There you go, Goa in P4. It's a great battle between him and his brother as well, you know. Had some laughs on track. Made me laugh. But he's in P4. Coey there in P5. Coey in P5, well done Coey. Harry G coming on now in P6. Well done Coey. That's it. I'm done. I've been Ida 4 Gaming. Thank you for watching. Well done everyone. Wish you all the best and that's it for me. Take care. Thanks for the likes, the subs, so on and so on. I've been Ida 4 Gaming. Tally ho. Bad time. Time to have a wash. Take care. Thank you. Well done, boys. How do I stop it? Oh yeah, there.